So I'm Leah Tringali. I started my journey, I would say, where I woke up at about 7 years ago. I was 40 years old. I was on my way on vacation with my 2 kids and my husband, and I was just not in a good place. I was about 50 pounds overweight. I was in pain all the time. I had such anxiety. I was putting it out by drinking. I was trying this balance. It's so miserable, you know? And we were going on vacation, and it was like I was supposed to be enjoying myself. And I looked over and I saw this woman who just seemed 20 plus years older than me. Just like I looked over and saw her and just went, what am I doing wrong? You know, what's going to happen if I stay on this path? She looks so healthy and happy. How? What? So I came home and, you know, I had done all the dieting. I had my bulimia in college. I was eating the lean cuisines. I was doing the pills, shakes. I was doing every diet they were saying to try. And I just flipped over a package and started reading exactly what I was eating and going to my phone since I had it and Googled it. And then one thing led into another, into a documentary, into another idea, into understanding that we were really being duped kind of on our food, and that we were really in charge of the food that we needed to be able to eat. You know, we were sitting there and I'm eating this wheat, but when you read that GMO wheat in women somewhere around their 40s make our fat cells fatter, even if it's not 100% true, it makes you wonder what you're eating. And it makes you go, I'm going to try not to. And then your body changes and you're better for it. So for me, this has been a process of one, learning how to eat cleaner, reading ingredients and understanding what it is that I'm eating. Secondly, I stumbled onto intermittent fasting. My mom came over. She did Weight Watchers. I tried Weight Watchers. I did Weight Watchers in college. You know, we did a lot. And she told me, my girlfriend told me about this thing, intermittent fasting. And I tried it and I lost 3 pounds in a week. And I was like, well, what? You know, like, I'm going to try this thing. She told me it was called the 5:2. What is this? I go on, what is this thing? I find it makes simple sense. As I'm eating cleaner and eating less crap, less processed food, more whole food, understanding what I'm eating. You know, we're being told we need to have 4+ meals a day. On every corner, there's crap. You can stop anywhere and be full all the time. But should we be, right? And as I understood and learned about intermittent fasting, it made more sense to say, hold on, let me try what they're saying and hold off and see what happens to my body. And for me, I didn't know at that time the 16:8. I only knew about the 5:2. And it worked for me perfectly because I was already trying to work out and learn resistance and isometric fitness. And I'll explain why that, all right? But then this 5:2 kind of fit in the way. I didn't want to count calories anymore, but there was this kind of, you had to count up to 500 calories for a woman, 600 calories for a guy. What do? I made it simple. I made it where I just ate protein and I ate veggies, and I made sure my protein was about 500 calories. Can you do that with meat? Yeah. Can you do that plant-based? Sure. You know, you do a plant-based, I think you supersize it and make it better. So, you know, I took that time, I put it into intermittent fasting. The 2 days I didn't work out, I did those 500 calories. At the time, I wasn't plant-based. I got down to my goal weight by eating clean, learning how to intermittent fast and fit it into my world, and then resistance training. Right? I didn't even know about plant-based at the time. Resistance training kind of happened because for me, actually, it happened in a different way. My husband wanted to work out with a trainer. For myself, I'm sitting there going, oh, the money, what, why, And so the trainer comes over and works with my husband, and I'm sitting there, I could hear, and I'm washing dishes. And I'm washing dishes, and I'm like, oh, I feel so crappy, I'm trying to eat clean, what is going on? And it hit me, what the hell am I doing? I shut the water off. I went into the gym, into the little space we had, and I said, me too. I think I'm going to try it. Now back it up a bunch, right? I was never into fitness. I was like an artsy type, like fast forward, I tried to get out of gym class, right? I get into college. I have my bulimia issues. Type A, yes, this is what I got to do, blah, blah, blah. I realize that I enjoy the gym and I get a routine going. Now I'm teaching, right? So I come home after work. It's fun to do. I don't have any responsibility. It's great. I learn step. I try these classes. Great. Fast forward. I don't have back pain. I don't have neck issues. I'm not 40, right? So fast forward, I'm 40. What do? I have 3 herniated discs in my lower back, shoulder, and neck pain. I can't do step. What do you mean I'm doing? What is this stuff, What was awesome is I got an opportunity to learn about resistance training and isometric and holding your balance. And, I love and respect and get and need to learn more about yoga. And I see that more and more as I grow into this journey. But for me, what I enjoy about it is I'm going to use that to add the resistance piece that I like as a challenge that could hopefully take us, what I see as I do it with my clients, to a different level. So put these pieces together, right? I have eating clean, I'm learning how to fast, I'm working out, and people start to ask me on Facebook, because I kind of post a little something, this was a few years ago, a little something, and people are asking for, what are you doing? And I realized, wait a minute, these pieces are actually something that like you put together and really kind of keep it consistent, it works. And it's simple. It's no shakes, it's no crap. It's changing your mindset more than anything, right? It's changing your routine. I start learning more about self-care, right? What's that mean? The way I see it is you take time in your morning for you. We so jump out of bed or we roll over and look at our phone and your heart's racing already. You got whatever going in your head, you're done. You started your day, you forgot about yourself, you're good, I don't see that being the way we should kind of do it. And when I work with my clients and add that piece, it works together and it just makes the whole piece together. I think in the last few months, we've seen how our routines and habits and lives and things change so drastically. But waking up and knowing to take care of you first is, I think, key. So, each day you start over, you do it again, 1% better really means that. Some days it's like 0.0 whatever, but you're still moving forward. So I kind of want to leave it there in that way, because I'm hoping that now I'll give an opportunity to some of my friends and clients who want to chime in, and hopefully I can get back to explain what we can all do together. All right. So who would like to start? Anyone? Vanessa?
Sure. I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Alrighty.
First and foremost, thank you so much, Leah, for putting this together. I love your meet and greets. It really is a great opportunity for us to revisit what exactly it is that we're all doing here in the world of our health journey. I really appreciate the patience that you have with somebody like me. I do work out. I'm like in the middle of my journey when I came across Leah. You are that woman, you know, when you're talking about, you know, you were at the airport and you saw this beautiful woman and you were like, holy crap, what the hell is she doing at this age? You're that woman. So please know that you've become your inspiration and you are my inspiration. So when I see like a beautiful woman who works out, who is, you know, a mother of two, carrying a business, doing a small business, like, and still being able to take care of herself enough that physically it shows, I want that. So the greatest part of what I think you provide is the three-pronged approach that you talked about. It's not just eating right. It's not just exercising right. It's not just being in the right frame of mind. It's having those three things kind of working for you constantly to keep you accountable for what you're trying to do, what your goals are. So if your goal is to lose weight, you know, you realize you can lose weight just, you know, eating differently. If your goal is to make sure your body is a reflection of how you feel on the inside, I like my body looking young on the outside. You know, then there are steps that, you know, we take with our workouts that you really, really do. And you cater those workouts to us. So if I say my ass is sagging, Leah's like, we got a squat routine for you. Get ready. And it is get ready. And we all get into it. And it's like a whole song and we do it. I love that even after COVID, you were there for me. I'm doing a 100-day challenge with Leah. I started it in the middle of COVID. It started on March 30th, and we've just continued since. I'm on like 81 or whatever, where we are. But for me, that was the one solid thing I had during COVID. Like, it's been such a shit show to have like one thing that I can be like, okay, this is for me. This is for my health and my sanity, so I don't kill my children in quarantine, right? And it's like all these things, right? So I appreciated all the things you talked about, right? Like eating healthy. Vanessa, just because you're in COVID doesn't mean, just because the supermarkets are limited on what you can get, doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing misfit markets. You shouldn't be doing, you know, going to your health food store, start a victory garden, like get involved in how you're eating and what you're putting in your system. And the rawest you are with your ingredients and the food that you put in, the better it will be in the result of your energy and how you're feeling. That second component, which is about working out, all the different types of exercises. I run, I do yoga, but I don't get the definition that I get when I do the workouts with you. And even in these 100 days, I've seen, you know, in this challenge, I've seen the definition, like in my arms, like I just worked out with you. I can begin to really see the impact on my body and goals that I wanted to achieve. I couldn't achieve before. And then that third part, which during COVID has been a crucial part. Some of the things that Leah will teach you is journal entries and how important it is to hold yourself accountable every morning about what your goal is for the day. And it sounds like, okay, after a while, I'm just writing a wish list. It's not even looking like I'm going to do any of the stuff that's on this list. But the fact that I wrote it, I can look back and say, that was a good day. You could see it in my handwriting. And this was a really bad day. I have serial killer handwriting here on this day. But it shares with you, you know, a look back of who you've been through your journey. What have you changed? Your patterns of, oh, I got to go back to drinking water again. And that mental component, things like our theme song in the morning, all these different things that really do add to making sure you put yourself first in regards to your health in these three different areas. And it has helped me so much in my family. My husband tries to keep up with me now working out because he knows, like, I got to keep up with this one. You know, she's running around, you know, lifting stuff. She doesn't need me anymore. You know, she lifts stuff all on her own, you know, and it's like couches, you know, it's a serious thing here. So I love you, Leah. I love working out with you. Thank you for what you've provided during COVID. It never really gives it justice. Like all these meet and greets, we try our best to say what's happened, but only through the program, only through doing the work do you really not only see the results, but feel inspired by yourself. So thank you, Leah. I owe that to you. And I really appreciate opportunity to speak. Thanks.
Can't wait to squeeze you.
Beth, you're up next.
Beth, did you want to?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hi, I'm Beth Laub. Hi, everyone. I started with Leah, I want to say it was the beginning of October of 2019. I've done Weight Watchers for years and years and years, and I've hit goal a few times, but goal was never the goal I've hit now. So I will say that when I came to Leah, I was now looking to hit that next level. How do I work out? What do I do? I just didn't know what to do. I had signed up for a gym that just wasn't opening, continued to not open their doors. Well, hey, guess what? That was a sign. I said to my husband, this is frustrating. I'm waiting 3 months now for this gym. I'm never going to work out. And I really need to start working out. And I don't work out at home. I had no equipment. I hate videos. I hate doing anything where I'm not really connected with an instructor. Years ago, prior to kids, I went to kickboxing, things like that, but it always had to be in a class for me. So he said, well, look at Leah Tringali on Facebook. And I'm like, So I have to tell you, looking at Leah, looking so amazing and so strong, I was intimidated. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Can little old me do that? Let's go see. So I reached out. Leah, and I tell everyone this, you need to speak to Leah yourself. When you connect with Leah, it's just amazing. Leah, you are so, I'm going to say the same thing as Vanessa, but so patient, so kind, so open-hearted to listen to what someone's needs are, what their challenges are, not, hey, this is what my class is and this is what we're going to do and hopefully you can keep up, right? Because so many times that's what's out there. But with Leah, she wants to connect with you personally to see what it is you need. Let's talk about it. Hey, we're not going to know in one day. Let's sit down and talk about it. And then let's see what is it that you're looking to do? What is it that you're doing now? And Leah really does customize to your needs, and cares about them. Not just, hey, good, I checked that box off. I was able to get you to sign up. It's nothing like that at all. It's life-changing. And I've never looked back. And actually I said to Leah on day one, I said, I'm a little nervous about signing up. I'm a little intimidated. I don't know if I want to spend the money. Same thing as Leah was saying. And she just said, so just try it. There's no pressure. Just try it. There's never been any pressure. That's the biggest thing I try to promote, Leah, when I speak to people. It's just, I've never felt any pressure. For me, the second I feel pressure, I run the other direction. I'm out. So I know there hasn't been any. My life has changed so much. I am now, first of all, as far as sizes are concerned, I have not seen the size that I am now in 20 years. In 20 years, with all the Weight Watchers, I still never got down to the size I am now. But I don't know if you want me to share sizes, but I went down like 4 sizes, and I was already what Weight Watchers considered thin, and so it wasn't about that. But I was never strong. So now I feel core strong. I feel this is the most confident, strongest, bravest I've ever felt in my life. And I feel like I can be stronger for my family because of it. And I can be the role model for my kids to be healthier because of changing the way we eat, because of the fact that the food choices and the working out are priorities. They're not, oh, by the way, maybe I'll do that today. And with COVID, the kids have seen me working out in the house on Zoom, and I've managed to figure that out on how to do that at home. And through your assistance, through your guidance. And now they're like, Mom, isn't it time for you to work out? Mom, are you done yet? Mom, can I work out too? And getting them to understand how important it is. Talking about the food choices with them. Is that organic? Is that organic? Is that non-GMO, Mom? We can't eat that. And it's and so many stores have it that every layer that you add, whether it's just the working out or the eating cleaner or the intermittent fasting, which by the way, I was intimidated by, but is really easy. Try it once, try it twice, and you're hooked. Every layer adds to your success. And even if you do one of those, you're going to find yourself down a healthier road, a healthier path. And it's just mind blowing, just amazing. And I thank you for that. I really do, because I wouldn't have gotten there at all without you and your guidance. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you. Anybody else? I know there was, but I just wanted to.
I can jump in, Leah.
Okay.
Leah, can you hear me? I can jump
Yes,
in
I
if you
can.
want.
That would be awesome. Thank you, Kathy.
So I met Leah through Vanessa. I've been on a very long journey of weight loss. I had bariatric surgery, so I had a gastric sleeve, and I lost over 100 pounds. I've kept most of it off, but somewhere in my journey, I got lost. There was a point where I did prioritize myself, and at the point that I met Leah, I wasn't doing that anymore. I was very stressed out. Vanessa recognized the stress from years of knowing me. And I was like, I don't know. I had seen Leah, I had seen some of Vanessa's posts. I was like, I don't know if that's for me. You know, meditation, like looking at being maybe a little bit more conscientious about being gluten-free. Like, that's not for me. I mean, I'm in the world of business. I'm not this crunchy person. This is not for me. Like, that was my bias, right? Like, I'm going into this crunchy world and it's not me. I was used to working out with heavy weights, really doing a lot of cardio. I got injured doing a lot of cardio, actually, doing a step master consistently after having skin removal. So I've had skin removal on my arm. You can kind of see the scars here. I've had skin removal everywhere just due to the amount of weight that I lost. And I was like, no, it's about my heavy weight training. It's about my cardio. When I had my skin removal, I couldn't do weight training, so I overdid it with cardio. That consistent repetitive motion injured me. So I've been injured for the last 2 years and been going through a lot of pain due to that. Vanessa, again, recognizing a lot of this, kept kind of putting little bits in my ear, like, you really need to meet Leah. It's more than just about the exercise. She's really been such a positive influence in my life. Finally, I think I want to say it was maybe February, end of January, early February. So right pre-COVID, I went to a class with Leah. Vanessa was like, just check it out. It was life-changing, I have to say. Because I had been in so much pain, I had kind of stopped going to the gym. I had kind of become very stagnant in what I wanted to do and achieve and some of my goals weight-wise. I had gained back 20 pounds. So I felt like a bariatric failure, if that makes sense. So I was very much so in my head as well. Meeting Leah was a breath of fresh air. And she was like, just do what you can. We'll start it's about the 1%. And I'd never thought about the 1%. I thought, what is the end goal? What is the end goal? But I always thought about it in that big number or that big percentage, not that 1%, not that what you do every day or what you even decide at every meal makes a difference. Then the workouts with her did not trigger my pain. If anything, they helped them. Workouts with her are more about the strength and the building of it versus just, let me just pound out a workout and get it done. It's very thoughtful. And it really, it's very thoughtful to your body and to yourself, a workout with her. And Leah, and that just represents Leah, very thoughtful, very much so involved and in what your goals are and in making sure that, you're not so hard on myself. Very often I'm like, I'm sorry, Leah, I suck at all of this. And she's like, it's about the 1%. She's like, what did you do right today? So let's refocus your attention from what did I do wrong to what have I done right? And it could be something really minimal. And so my journey continues with Leah. For me, it's more about getting into a little bit more cleaner eating. That's still one of my hardest parts for me because I still can't eat a ton, but I still like to eat what I like. And so it's starting to reframe and find new favorites. And that's a journey that's probably going to be my journey for most of my life. the strength building and sort of what I'm doing, I feel better and I have more definition and back to the definition that I used to have almost when I was working out with really heavy weights. And when I tell you heavy weights, you know, I was pressing 80 pounds, 100 pounds. Like it was not light. And I'm getting some of that definition back in my shoulders. I'm feeling it in my legs. And something that I never thought I would do was journal entry. Journal entry is not my thing. I don't like to write about what my goals are, who, you know, what I think my word of the day is. And that was a challenge that I did during COVID with Leah, was starting the journal entry. I had started on the meditation track a little bit before that, but even that I was inconsistent. But since, you know, through this time, I've gotten better with journaling, better with meditation, just that part of in your head. And something that I tell everyone that considers bariatric surgery, until you get here, you can do whatever you want, but this needs to change first. So, Leah, thank you for being part of my journey, my continued journey, sort of where I left off and starting to pick up again in a different way, in a way that's best for me today.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow. Anybody else want to say anything before I move on? And then I'll take questions or anything at the end.
I'll talk a little bit.
Okay.
So I met Leah online only probably in February. She reached out. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think we belong in a group together about clean eating or something. And I posted and she commented back, and that's where that began. So my relationship with her is slightly different than the ones that have talked now, because I don't do workouts or anything. But the thing that has really intrigued me is Leah's story is so similar to mine in so many different ways. And it's really cool for me to be able to see that occurring in someone else, because I don't know anyone who is currently on the same journey. So my friends, people that I hang out with, people have little bits and pieces of it, but not as many as Leah has. And so it's just kind of neat to be able to see somebody who's thinking about all the same things I am, and talking about them out loud. And so I enjoy that part of it. There's a couple of things that I will add to some of the things that you guys have already said. First off, kudos to everybody, because the fact that everyone has made a choice to try to make a change, whether you have achieved your goals or not, I think that's the first step, and that's further than a lot of people ever even get. So
absolutely,
that's pretty important. That's a pretty important piece. But for me, there was two really significant things that occurred that, as I look back, I think are really key to getting me to where I'm at today. So one was, my husband and I have 6 kids, and we now are to the point, they're all grown except one is in the house still. And through the journey of raising children, I'm not sure how many of you have kids or other people in your life that you have to care for, maybe parents or something that really consume your time. You kind of get lost, and you lose you. And so there's a point where I realized I need to figure out me again. Like, I need to have a me. And so the part where you were talking about, Vanessa, I think you were saying, taking time for yourself, and that was really important. That is so crucial. And that's what I found too. Like Leah, I get up really early in the morning. That's my time. I've been like that for years, but I haven't always utilized that time as well as I do today. I have up and down, but I do now regularly. And it's so valuable to me. If I don't get that time, I get pretty cranky during the day. You can ask my husband if you don't believe me. But so identifying the need for self-care was really crucial for me. And knowing that I'm teaching my children, or anyone in my life, honestly, just by having them watch me, I'm teaching them hopefully some good things. That's been really neat too, because I want my kids, most importantly, to be able to grow up and understand that it's okay. And part of what came along with that was realizing that what's on the menu for that night's dinner doesn't always have to be the stuff that the kids like. And it's not selfish if I say, look, I'm going to be eating healthy, and that's just the way that it's going to be. That is not selfish. It's the same as, so in our house, my husband is a huge steak and potatoes eater. That's how he loves to eat. I am so far from steak. I don't care for it. But he really would like steak. There's no reason why what he wants or what the kids want should dominate what I want. We have to find a balance, and we do. But for a lot of years, I didn't put myself in the mix. I tried to please everyone else. And I realized at one point, that's kind of silly. Why can't I do things that, are just as important to me as what they want? And so I'm putting myself in there as an equal on that was really helpful. And then the other significant thing besides the self-care and understanding all that stuff about you, is finding a way to make sure that what you're doing every day, everything that you do has a purpose. And that is so, so, so valuable. It really helped having the COVID time to be able to do that, but I was already on this journey before COVID started. So you start to realize when you do things that are meaningful to you, it improves, at least for me, it improved my confidence. It made me feel more valuable. And then that carried over into eating. And that's where getting in touch with Leah has really been a great support, because I too started watching documentaries probably last fall or something, and really kind of got a little freaked out by all the lies that are in the world. And it really made me become a lot more aware of things. And so again, with food, being intentional about what I'm eating, when I'm eating it, intermittent fasting, why I'm eating it at that specific time, all those things have really changed the course of what I do every single day. So I think it's awesome that everything that you're doing, Leah.
Thank you.
And like they said, I mean, I'm appreciative of it. I have learned so much, and I think it's really inspirational.
Thank you. Thank you. I so appreciate everybody's story. And I wanted to give it one more time out there in the world to see if anybody wanted to chime in. I wanted to say thank you, and I am thankful that you are all here. You're part of my journey. I'm part of your journey if we're connected at the moment, one way or another. And, I sit here and learn, I sat here in the gym listening to people tell their story and look around. And now I get a chance to do it here where I can literally see everybody, little tiles of people, right? It's odd, but it's our world. And that's, I think for me, there was a point, we all had that moment, I think in COVID, where for me, it was like, holy crap, our world is going to change. Like everything is going to change, our routine. And I realized that at that moment, I needed to even take more time for myself. That the tightness in my chest became, all right, so what else can I do for myself that I can make myself feel better? Oh, I can listen to meditation while I'm falling asleep now. Let's try that. That worked. Good. A few weeks ago, my life changed again. What am I going to do then? I wake up and I do my routine differently for myself, with something different, with new goals, with new visions, with new purpose, right? And so, I'm really thankful to be able to come on here, and I am so thankful to listen to everybody who is in my world. And I wanted to, explain how right now, how I'm moving forward. So initially when people started asking me for help, I started scratching my head going, wow, I have something here? Like, people are listening to me? Like, what I'm doing is actually, and so I went and I learned. I went back to school. And before that, and rewind, before kids, I was an art teacher in a public school. And I loved what I did. And I thought I was going to be an art teacher for the rest of my life. My kids came, and my son was sick all the time. And I was not able to balance it all. And I took a maternity leave, which turned into extended maternity leave, which turned into never going back to teaching. And which turned into painting a mural from my daughter's bedroom as a kid, as a nursery, and painted her a table and chair set. And eBay was a brand new thing at the time. It was one of those things where my husband said to me, why don't you take a picture and put it on eBay? And I did, and it sold. And then I did another one, and it sold. And all of a sudden I was like, hey, I could do step stools. I could do toy box. I could do this. I could do that. Fast forward a little bit. Then we had the economy took a crap. That's how I call it. You know, where all of a sudden the stock market and the world just kind of stopped years ago. Hand painted furniture, my world, what I was doing, where I was selling, really, I started selling at 100 different sets. I was selling it all over. It stopped. Okay, so you pack your bags. We moved back to New York. We started over, kind of started from scratch again. Rewind even before that, I had a house fire. Started from scratch again. And here we are, COVID. You know, sometimes you got to start from scratch again, right? And so, you know, for me, I had a place where I became a personal trainer, got certified to do that. I'm constantly pushing myself to learn what else I can teach, right? Because that's, to me, what I'm learning are the things that I can teach others to help them move forward too. So I had that. I had a local, you know, right here in Smithtown, a small gym where I had small groups of people coming. COVID came. So now I have an online presence. I have a Zoom workout that I do twice a day. And I'm going to move the schedule around a little bit after our 100 days. But, you know, I am looking to continue that on. I am looking to take, if you're local, I'm looking to have an outdoor gym experience where we can have the Gusu balls and stability balls and little sections and a nice little area where we can do that. So I'm going to add some of that also. So that's the workout piece, right? The way that I handle that is it's $100 unlimited. If you're in person and you're here and you can come to every class, and I'm doing it every day, do it. You know, I have people who are online, Zoom, you know, on like Vanessa, made a challenge for herself. I'm doing it every day, 100 days. This is what I'm doing. You could do it whatever schedule you'd like, right? What I would suggest to you is if we are going to work together, do it at least 3 days. Why do I say that? That's what I did to hit goal, right? So for me, 40 minutes, 3 days a week, eating cleaner, learning how to fast, putting those pieces of self-care together, it happened. And for me, it took a longer time because I was taking the time figuring out those pieces. Now I can help put those pieces together quicker, right? I mean, Kathy said she's now working on the food. We needed, and she said the biggest piece is you got to fix this first. That's what she's worked on first. That's what she's doing first. So now the eating part's going to be easier because she's going to keep going with the harder part first. So, you know, that's the health coach part. That's the part where one-on-one via text, right? You know, if we are working out, then it's, you know, before class, we're chatting, how's your, you know, what, any questions, what's going on, that kind of thing, right? That's that extra personal piece to keep you accountable as we're moving forward doing what we're doing. The way that I kind of do that is it's unlimited for the Zoom classes, right? That's $100. And then it's $100 for the health coach piece. If we work together and do both though, it's not as much this, it's this, right? We're a little more personal. So it's that back and forth. And what I do for that is I combine it. So it's 150 just to, you know, kind of be together through the process daily, whatever it is that you are able to do with the workout. Now, let's say you don't want to do resistance workout. You're not really into the Zoom thing. You're across the country, or, you know, I help you find what works for you. You say, I want to go kickboxing, then we'll get you there, right? But you sometimes need to know that you got to stretch before that. You got to take, you know, strengthen yourself before that, and then go find your next adventure, you know, then find the next thing you want to do. So, did I forget anything? Any questions? Anything that I can answer? Anything?
Leah, the first class is free, and if we don't want to do a package, can you do individual classes just to?
Yes, thank you. Yes, listen, there are so many different, and I should rewind and even say, I have clients that I have one-on-one Zoom classes with. They don't want to be in a group, right? They want me one-on-one. That's a whole different package. You want that, contact me. You know, I'm talking more of this type of small group online, what I got right now. But one-on-one is definitely something that I do. Free classes, take a few free classes. Figure out if you like it. You know, I'm not looking to take your money after one class. I'm looking to help you get to a place where you want to go and make sure that we're on the same path together. So if you don't think we are, I'm not going to take your money and do that. See if it is. It's not going to be, you're not going to figure it out in a day or two, 5 months. So you know, that's why I see it as a give and take, you know. Did I answer that question? Yeah, kind of, right? Any other questions? Anything else I can answer? I feel like I think I may have gotten everything. Well, I wanted to thank everybody. I know hopefully it's a beautiful day by you. It's, you know, it's Saturday and it's your time. And I'm thankful that you spent your time with me. Thankful to hear your stories and just be part of your world. So I hope that we just keep moving forward 1% better, you know, and just keep doing it, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, Leah.
All right, everyone be well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Everybody take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.